Yesterday, temperatures seared to 48 degrees in western New South Wales and broke all-time heat records for places like Wilcannia, Broken Hill, and down in the Albury-Wodonga region. Even places like Condobolin having their hottest January day on record, and even some parts of Victoria having their hottest January days on record, including Mount Hotham. This sort of heat is actually set to continue and, in fact, intensify over the next few days, particularly for New South Wales. Now, a slight cool change will come over the course of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which we'll track now, but the heat will be back next week. And remember, throughout this entire time, we have pockets of elevated fire danger because it's been so hot and so dry. We'll track that cool change. This afternoon, a southerly will strengthen it for southern South Australia, parts of Victoria. That'll bring some mild relief, particularly because it's coupled with areas of light rain and cloud cover. It'll feel fairly muggy, though, underneath that. But what we will see is a proper cool change moving across the southeast on Friday afternoon. It'll hit Melbourne sometime between about 1 to 4 p.m. there, and you can see a cold front associated with it. Now, here we have that boundary of the cool change here, that southwesterly change. Ahead of it, however, look at those temperatures in New South Wales. That's 40-degree heat there. That's 45-degree heat for a large area. So a huge area affected by another very hot day on Friday. And, of course, that's going to be elevating fire danger, with pockets of severe fire danger in southeast New South Wales, most of the state experiencing very high fire danger at the very least. The cool change then envelops most of the state over the course of Saturday. It'll vary on timing of it depending on where you are, but for places like Newcastle and Sydney, expect it by the afternoon, and it could be a bit of a southerly buster. Northern New South Wales, though, places like Burke, will still be fairly hot, above 40 degrees, just not the mid-40s that we've seen. Now, the relief from the heat is short-lived. And I must say, there's actually a risk of showers and storms as well when we get these changes coming through each and every day on the ranges. The heat will return next week, so it's actually going to be hotter for some areas next week too. We'll take a look at this forecast going into next Monday. Northerly winds then draw that same hot air mass back into the southeast. Widespread 40-degree temperatures will affect again parts of Victoria, New South Wales, and South Australia, with a gusty cool change coming through mid to late next week. This is unfortunate. We'll take a look at how this is affecting individual locations. We'll do Albury as an example here. Now, usually extended forecast. This weekend, there's your relief going down to 37 degrees, just not 46 degrees. So it's actually in the order of around 9 to 10 degree relief from the heat. But take a look how that temperature builds again from Tuesday onwards above 40 degrees, peaking around Thursday, Friday before a gusty cool change.
Day 4 of a severe heatwave for the nation's capital, and it is scorching once again. We saw the water very still in Canberra on, of course, Thursday morning. Temperatures a warm night as well for you in the nation's capital, and no cool change is in sight until Saturday, so another 48 hours of this intense heat. Health authorities are reminding people to remain vigilant, look after the pets and elderly, and stay indoors. Absolutely scorching 41 degrees for you today, with a risk of afternoon showers on Friday. It's still very warm, and then our cool change will be moving through on Saturday, providing a little bit of reprieve. Canberra's average for January is 28 degrees, so we're still seeing another spike in temperatures for the early part of next week. In the Melbourne region, it has been scorching for northern regions of the state. Victoria, for you in Melbourne, back up to 37 degrees today. If you're headed to the Australian Open, pack some water because it will be searing, with the added humidity factor as well, feeling even warmer than 37 degrees. A wet and cool change is moving through though on Friday, and we'll see much cooler temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. Hobart, showers with a cool change moving through on Thursday and Friday. Temperatures dropping on Saturday, with summer sunshine returning on Sunday. Now, the state emergency services in South Australia have issued an extreme heat warning for the state, so please stay safe in these conditions. Heat waves are very dangerous. We are seeing another scorcher for you in the south, 37 degrees, well above average for this time of the year. And then, of course, a wet and cool change will be moving through this afternoon, providing relief on Friday. Quickly warming back up, though, for the early part of next week. take a look at the temperatures by the time Wednesday rolls around. 38 degrees. For the west coast, it's a mild day. In fact, we have southwesterly winds, summer sunshine returning on Friday and right up until the early part of next week. Then our attention will shift towards WA, 40 degrees in Perth. Darwin, we're seeing an increase in cloud cover here. Karen on Instagram, and showers and thunderstorms will be a threat over the next 7 days. It is the wet season and we do need the rainfall. For you in Brisbane and southeast Queensland, we are seeing another humid day. Temperatures only dip down to 24 degrees overnight, quite a sticky one. The air cons will be in full force for you, 32 degrees. And of course to the harbour city, where thousands have been flocking to the seaside over the last couple of days. Today marks day 3 of a severe heatwave for the Sydney region, including Penrith. Scorching temperatures are continuing until Friday, with a wet and cool change moving through our western suburbs on Saturday. Relief is in sight on Sunday.